Fans have been waiting for it. They want to see the debut of MP. He'll get a chance to show what he can do as they make their home debut. You can feel the electricity in the building. Hello, fans. Welcome to this presentation of the NBA Sunday night action right here on 2K Sports. And tonight, we've got the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Atlanta Hawks. With Doris Bird, Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And our special guest at the broadcast table for this one, the celebrated Shams Charania. Hey, Shams, thanks so much for joining us tonight. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Kevin, thanks so much. Always fun to hang out with you and all your crew and talk basketball.
All right, I've told Doris and Greg and David, just buckle up because we are going to be on a great ride with you. Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. The front court is Rizichet and Johnson. Young is out there with Daniels. And it's Capella in at the center, filling out the middle. And for the Thunder, in the backcourt, we'll see Gilgeous-Alexander and Caruso. Dort and Williams up in the forward positions. And it's Hartenstein in at the five, down low. And if you talk to guys who know MP, who grew up with him, they'll all say that he lets his game do the talking.
And he's got a very business-like approach to himself when he's on the floor. MP can dish it back if you come at him, but for the most part, he's letting his numbers speak for themselves.
Checked in for Jalen Williams.
Put in the work.
Here's Capella. Pass to Rizichet.
Who's watching it? Stay there, stay there. Right here, baby.
Capella sets a screen for Rizichet. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. Here's the Hawks with the ball. Inside, here's Daniels. The basket good. Off the assist from Young.
And an efficient start here offensively, working it inside for the easy two.
Outside, Dort, and the influx of international players continues to just fill these rosters in the NBA. And Shams, it has truly become a global league.
It's truly a beautiful thing, right, Kevin? We want sports to bring people together, to really galvanize communities, no matter your ethnicity, no matter your gender, anything. And now I really feel we're breaking down a lot of barriers in the world.
And think, three of the top 5-6 players, we got Doncic. We've got Porzingis, of course, who is such a nice player, but Antetokounmpo and Jokic. I mean, the names go on of key contributors to winning teams.
You have to make a case that the world team against the U.S. team, if they were ever stacked against each other, that would be a heck.
Well, you and I would pay for the ticket, wouldn't we? I would pay to watch that.
I'm willing and able to pay immediately, Kevin. Sign me up. When are we going?
I hope soon. Here is Armstrong following the bucket by the Hawks. And it's Daniels with the rebound.
Boy, that's too easy to miss, but somehow he finds a way to do it.
And Young kicks to Johnson. Shams, we know you grew up in Chicago. I'm assuming you grew up a Bulls fan. Who didn't? And you had to have a favorite player growing up with those terrific teams.
I was a big-time fan of hoops in general. Definitely someone for me was Kobe Bryant. That someone wasn't a Bulls player. We almost got him one year, but that was someone I grew up watching. Kevin, did you have a favorite team or player growing up?
Well, I love Kobe. I called every season of LeBron and every season of Kobe Bryant. And Bryant actually did stuff for 2K. As you know, not too long ago, before his passing, he sat down for a couple hours. But I hate to rank them because Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron are all right there at the very, very top. Hard to beat Jordan, right?
Very hard to beat Jordan. Obviously, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Kobe, for me, watching growing up, that was the closest thing that I had.
And the Hawks with possession here. The Thunder making the shot. Johnson, the pass to Daniels. 6 to shoot. From deep, and it's blocked by Armstrong. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. And the Hawks making a change here. Hunter's checked in. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, so Shams, when the league brought in that 65-game played rule, it sure seemed to motivate players to suit up.
Those awards aren't just about prestige, Kevin. They're about cold, hard cash. And every summer, we're going to see records set for the biggest contract in NBA history. Every summer that goes by, that certainly has an effect on players wanting to play and players being in the lineup. Now with the 65 games played rule, there is an incentive for all NBA team and different accolades.
Well said.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
The Hawks trail by 4. And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, Lou Dort makes his bones at the defensive end. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I always try to test myself against him in practice because he's the best of the best. Coach Mark Dagnall said, I look at him more like he's an artist. We can shift him anywhere. There's no one he can't guard. Kevin?
David, he is a beast. Wow, thank you for the report. Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Dort. And it's Isaiah Joe in for Alex Caruso. And as the salary cap looks set to rise significantly, Shams, any major effects that you can anticipate?
It won't be like the year the Warriors signed KD. They're going to smooth the cap numbers, and it's not going to spike quite the same. But these numbers will continue to get eye-popping when you think about player salary, and you have to keep in mind luxury tax and the new second apron that came into play with the collective bargaining agreement, and that will play a part in how teams build, not putting yourself in a restrictive position to continue to build winning organizations.
A lot of moving parts to contend with, but boy, a lot on the horizon. And so it's Oklahoma City with it, following the 3 by Atlanta. And he lays it straight in. That's 12 points for T.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
Pass to Hunter. 44 seconds left here in the first quarter. Over Joe. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Well, coaches might discourage that kind of look, but he'll take it anyway.
Here's Armstrong. Off target from outside.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And it's Wiggins missing.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
There's the pick. Back to Hunter. Lets it go with the 3. Sinks the triple. Hunter's got 5 points so far.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
It's a tie game in Oklahoma. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. They've got Okongwu. Hands out there with DeAndre Hunter. Then there's Reza Shea. And it's Roddy in at the point. Here's Armstrong after the basket by Atlanta. Hey, Sean, for the past decade that you've been a major player in the NBA, it's been LeBron's league, it's been Curry's league. Who else is going to take over this league, you think, coming up around the corner?
Given the NBA Finals we just had, have to throw in Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Luka Doncic into the fold as far as faces of the NBA. But Nikola Jokic is so good. He will be one of the guys for a while. Giannis Antetokounmpo, you have to mention him as well. But ultimately, you have to also keep an eye on Victor Wembanyama, the way that Victor Wembanyama could take over the league. And already, so early, so special. Victor Wembanyama is someone to keep an eye on.
Okay, they've just passed a note down to me, our gang here. What about Anthony Edwards at Minnesota? He's another one, right? Young American player who is really making an impact.
Anthony Edwards, Devin Booker, you have to consider those two as well. And it's special, the crop of young players that we have coming up in this league. One of them is sure to emerge as this generation's, whether you want to call it Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, there will be a face out of this fight.
And we cannot wait. Here's what the Atlanta Hawks have lined up on their schedule. On Monday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Washington Wizards.
And when you look at the Kings matchup, that's going to be their 6th contest on the year. Fans will be curious to see how this team continues to form as the season goes on.
First free throw is good. And Shams, nothing gets a workout like your phone. We're talking NBA. We're watching this game. We got this great group here courtside. You've got 2 phones working, and I'm sure there's a 3rd hidden in your bag. Can you estimate how many texts do you send and receive a day? Is there even a number we can put with that?
Kevin, how many texts do you get a day related to NBA info? You're coming at me. You know the job is, it's hundreds of messages flooding my phone on a daily basis. And the screen time usually in busy seasons tends to be closer to 18 to 20 hours. But this is what we signed up for. This is what we love to inform the audience.
Oh, and I know you love every second of it. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Outside Matthews. Here's Krejci. The Hawks again can't hit.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Boy, the consistency he's had tonight has been impressive. Really steady from the field.
Here's Krejci. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Now Armstrong. And he really did play well against Chicago in that last game. Wiggins, right side. 6 on the shot clock. Armstrong kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. When you look at the NBA, Shams, any changes you'd like to see?
To me, it's having players stay healthy, right? I would love to have a rule that players just play and the top players are there playing the most meaningful moments of regular season games and allowing players to have freedom defensively. And the league can find plenty of other ways to discourage players, but to allow players to really be there in the big moments, to defend at a high level. And I would just love to have a healthy serum that we can spread around the league and keep these guys in the field.
I think here at the table, we're all nodding our heads, looking up and down. We all agree completely with what you're saying. And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Williams, he's checked in for the Thunder. Dort comes in for Armstrong. You know, these are the guys you need to be aware of. If you don't want your pocket picked, here are last. Checked in for Oklahoma City. Reza Shea, he's checked in for the Hawks. Here's Dort, and he's good on the 3-ball. And the Thunder lead by 9.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And so it's Young who brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks, and T is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Here's Capella. No scoring in this one. Daniels passes to Young. Here's Shea. Pass to Capella. Just 5 to shoot. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
Yeah, facing that hostile crowd, they've just found a way to kind of tune out the noise and focus on the game.
Well, the best way to silence a crowd is with your offensive game. Those fans got quiet in a hurry when the buckets started raining down.
And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Oh, wasn't that wonderful? Easy to see why Shams has so many sources around the game. He's so easy to talk to.
Yeah, it's all about relationships at the end of the day. When the conversations come easily, that suits his purpose as a reporter.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Thunder take it one step at a time. All-star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I think we all stay in the moment, and that's why we've been able to get better. Attack the day, the program in front of us. We all have the right intentions and want to win at the end of the day. Kevin?
Of that attitude growing by leaps and bounds. Thank you, David. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Well, the ascension of Jalen Williams-Doris has been swift and very fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. He became very quickly in his second season a number 2 option and, frankly, borderline 1A option. And it's not just his offensive game, Kevin. This guy has become a stout defender. He's got the perfect NBA frame, and he fits in personality-wise. Boy, showing a lot more aggressiveness now after making 0 trips to the line in the first quarter.
That one misses.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical. A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Pass to Armstrong. Buries the long-range jumper. Armstrong's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Thunder. Here's Young. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Hartenstein's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Armstrong, and it's good, but hold on, the officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And
The previous play is under review.
Signaling they are going to review the tape.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time. The replay leaving little doubt.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
Now they're going to switch the call. There is no doubt, looking at the replay, that he got it off in time.
Well, it's good they decided to take another look at it. I know some folks don't like how replay slows the game down and interrupts the flow, but when you have it there, you got to use it.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. Get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drills, please. They're thinking about the shot. Give it up for the participant.
Welcome, one and all. Before we hear Kenny and Shaq's insights on that first half, let's look ahead and check out the upcoming schedule.
And taking a look at Oklahoma City, when you come out rocking with 2 straight wins, you're feeling good.
Yeah, got to keep that out of your head, though. Each game presents a new challenge.
Switching back to that first half of action, everything's been working for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Their bench has impressed. You get a jolt of energy, all that offense. This is a well-rounded roster.
Yeah, team chemistry, a big point of emphasis for this organization. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Really an incredible game from T.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on them from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, he's in a great rhythm, looking comfortable and confident.
Greg, you look at the great coaches. They're making a switch here. Armstrong's checked in. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
We've got Armstrong, Alex Caruso out there with Jalen Williams. Then there's Isaiah Hartenstein. And it's Gilgeous Alexander in at the 1. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Good on the bucket.
You've got to have a short memory. Put a poor first half in your rear view and now make an impact.
Pass to Armstrong. Outside, Gilgeous Alexander. There's the triple. Good on the triple. Gilgeous Alexander's got 7.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander continues to hone in. When he's draining threes, he's almost unguardable.
Doris, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has a chance to go down as one of the greatest Canadian basketball players ever.
Kevin, that is a bold statement when you consider that the great Steve Nash, 2-time MVP and one of the best passers in the history of the game, is of Canadian descent. But this guy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is putting together quite the resume. Let's just hope he can sustain that stardom.
The Hawks trail by 11. Daniels with it. He's got 14 from 18 feet away. And it's Young. That time on the assist by Daniels. Young's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And I like the resourcefulness Young brings to the table, taking any shot he can create.
Atlanta shooting 41% for the game. Reza Shea wide open. No good with the triple. The Thunder leading by 9. There's Williams. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
I mean, Jalen Williams got as great a basketball frame as you could hope for. That's strength right there.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Oklahoma City.
The 3-pointers and how well they're able to shoot them. You wonder if they can keep it up, and boy, have they.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
Armstrong kicks to Caruso. Fader on the way, and it's Armstrong missing.
Boy, no idea why he went with the fadeaway. Had a clean look at the basket.
Now, here's Hunter. He has 7. Shoots over Caruso. Atlanta again missing. Oklahoma City leading by 11. Pass to Armstrong. A 3-ball. Johnson with the rebound. Johnson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And that one's good. Hunter.
And the defense has to recognize this. Hunter is a legit threat to shoot off the catch.
Here's Armstrong. He can't hit that time.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
Pass to Roddy. Okongwu dishes to Johnson. Nance passes to Hunter. Fires the 3. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Thunder out in front, up 9. And for 2K Sports, we'll be back here at Paycom Center right after this. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And so in the game for the Hawks, Hunter is out there with Nance. Then it's Okongwu. And it's Buffkin in at the point guard position. Pass to Roddy. No good from outside.
Well, you can see why the defense dared him to shoot it. That's not really his spot.
And stolen by Okongwu. Lets it go from 14. Buffkin, no good. The Thunder leading by 9. And here's Armstrong. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Clock at 6. On target from 13 feet. And the Thunder lead by 11.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a thirsty scorer, and if you concede the mid-range, he'll take it.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Here's Buffkin. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Pass to Hunter. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Buffkin. Gilgeous-Alexander covering.
And another great rebound there. I mean, he's pulled down a ton of them, and the size issue has not been a problem here today.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He's not taking any chances. He wants to huddle him up right away. Alex Caruso is checked in for Isaiah Cho. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the last break, I heard Quinn Snyder talking with his team. His emphasis was for more effort on the defensive end. He said, we have to do a better job of communicating and helping each other out. They're getting too many easy looks. Let's make it hard on them. Kevin, they're going to have to if they're going to slow down the hot shooting of their opponent.
Thank you, David.
Well, that's a case where your teammates are showing trust in you, and he comes through with flying colors.
Here's Armstrong. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Armstrong's got 28.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Young's checked in for the Hawks.
Number 11.
Here's Okongwu. Nance outside. Young outside. Okongwu with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 to shoot. Caruso against Hunter. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Armstrong gets the bucket.
He tore it up from downtown in the first half. Now hits this one. Dangerous shooter, guys.
The Hawks trail by 15. Young looking around. Pass to Roddy. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And the basket by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
Here's Roddy, the rim-rattling two-handed jam.
An offensive mastery right there. I mean, great move in the lane and then the flush.
With just no way for the D to handle it. A different look for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Jalen Williams comes in for Aaron Wiggins. And it's Dort in for Alex Caruso.
I'll tell you, right now, these guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
Pass to Daniel. And he gets the bucket.
What an effective, efficient offensive possession. They'd love to get that shot every trip down the floor.
Now Dort. Here is Armstrong. To the paint. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Buries it from three-point range. And the Thunder lead by 19.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
Pass to Johnson. Capella with it. There's a minute 47 left in the game. Johnson, a wide open look. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Right wing. Hartenstein passes to Armstrong. It's stolen by Capella.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Oklahoma City.
What do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
I think you have to look at their field goal percentage. They just shot the ball much better than the opponent, and they were getting great looks all game long.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for T.
And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
Greg, since making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021, the Atlanta Hawks haven't been that good.
And it was hard to tell if that was a Cinderella run at the time, but Kevin, looking like that might have been the outlier. The Hawks took some risks to get back there, but it just hasn't worked.
Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Wiggins from outside, rebounded by Capella. There's 37 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Puts it up from 15. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hunter.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Number 17, Onyeka Okongwu.
And here now the Thunder. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Williams kicks to Armstrong. Pass to Joe. Up top, Armstrong. Fires the three. Wiggins passes to Armstrong. Just 4 to shoot. And stolen by Okongwu. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they
Great win tonight, MP.
I've talked to people with knowledge of the situation, and they say that MP will be inserted into the starting lineup over the next few games. One front office executive from around the league said there is some doubt about MP's readiness to be in the starting lineup, but around the team, the front office, the coaching staff, they are optimistic and they believe that every milestone has been attained by MP, and he will only be better with an expanded role.